Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I know I've been gone for a while, all of June in fact. Um, and I have decided that I need to find a new strategy for filming these videos. So I'm working on that. For now, I'm going to take you through the ICADs that I've done in June. It's going to be 2 videos because they're detailed and I'm probably going to talk about them a lot. So I'll put one out this week and one out next week, and then we'll go from there. I hope you enjoy seeing these. ICAD has been one of my favorite things. I only learned about it last year, started it last year, completed it last year, and I am so excited about it. Anyway, here is the cover that I made. And as you can see, my cover has a cover. And I put in 2018 right there and ICAD right there, so it is part of the design. I don't actually like drawing on these index card tab dividers that I got because it like bleeds a little bit. You can't really tell, probably, but I can. So there. So first day was a roller coaster. And let me tell you what, like, I am spending hours on these things. And I think it's going to be simple design. And then I'm like, but no, it needs to look real or whatever. And then I end up spending hours on them. Oh, the fireworks. So here I did a little bit of work on vellum so that you could still see the background behind. I used some paper to collage a night sky with some washi tape, and I have this really cool washi tape that I love. I think it might be my favorite washi tape ever. That is a city skyline. And I love that these Jelly Roll metallic pens are so shiny. Okay. Number 3 was Tilt-A-Whirl. Okay, I had to do it. I had to make something that moved, and I did it. And I'm not sure if someone would look at this and say, "Oh boy, that's a tilt-a-whirl," but I know what it is. And I did like do the center here, and I tried to make it look like a circle, but maybe such a close-up, it's probably... But anyway, I don't care. It's pink and blue and cute, and I love it. And it moves. It moves. Number 4 was a Ferris wheel. And sorry, my cats are trying to eat things that they shouldn't be eating. You stop that. I'm not going to edit that out because that is my life. I had to make this one move too, and I really love this one. I adore how this one turned out. And I didn't think about it when I was making it, but in order to these are really slender lines, and if I just put them on here it probably would have fallen apart at some point, so I used some acetate and I glued down the spokes to the acetate, and then I had a wheel. Woohoo! Number 5 was line. I had a really hard time figuring out what I was going to do with this, and then I thought, hey, I could just do a line through the middle and 2 different shades of paper, and then I had fun doing the different colors on the different sides. Pretty simple one, probably one of the simplest ones I've done. Number 6 was okay, so this was a theme for roller coaster, or what is this? A carousel, a carousel. And one of my friends did a carousel like in the playground, and I loved it, and I thought I forgot about that. And so then I did this. There are actually 3 different papers, but it's hard to tell because I chose this one with tiny blue flowers for my blue. I was just trying to go for red, white, and blue. But so this is blue, red, white. They all look These two look the same if you're not paying attention. And I just used some other things that made me think of childhood. I always think of music when I think of carousels. Some balloons, just fun. And then, of course, I have my little dude just laying back and enjoying the carousel. Didn't you do that when you were a kid? If you were of my generation, which you may not know what my generation is, they had those really dangerous carousels in the playground, and you would get a running start, jump on, and just lay back. Now they don't have them because they can break your teeth. Ooh, and then we had haunted house. So I did a giant moon haunted house. A giant moon with some bats, and then a crazy looking haunted house and a crazy fence. Had some washi tape here that has bones on it, and then I also have some that was like bloody footprints and handprints, which I really love. Got my city skyline in here again. I like how this one turned out, but it is very dark, so it can be hard to see the details. And I did get the Tim Holtz snarky small talk, and this says, "Not my circus, not my monkeys," but then down here, "My monkeys fly." So we're on to 8. Oh, and this was giraffe print, or zebra print. I wanted to use my alcohol markers. Like I knew I wanted to do rainbow, but I wanted to overlay it on top of my mandala. So I did the mandala just on plain white paper, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Just plain white paper. And the vellum is expanding with the humidity, and so it's all wrinkly under there. But I had some zebra print that I had printed out on white paper, and then I put the acetate over it, and I drew the zebra lines in, and I did the same thing with the vellum, and I tried the two of them, but I found out that it actually worked best if I put them together. Like, I got the most vibrant results, because the with the alcohol marker, it wouldn't let me, I could only layer up the color so much before it just started moving around. But if I did one layer on each of these, they weren't quite vibrant enough, but then if I put them together, it's quite vibrant, and I liked the effect. And I did leave some white space in the mandala, kind of trying to think about zebra stripes being black and white and having some white space in there. Now we're on to 9. This was so much fun, but it took such a long time because I had to literally draw the same mandala twice on 2 papers. So I just had the 2 of them side by side and kept going back and forth between them to do the same design. And it doesn't quite match up perfectly, especially on this row, but most casual observers are not going to be paying very close attention, and so for the most part it really matches up. And then I used some fun foam, which I did on a lot of my designs, to pop up pieces, so all of the glittery pieces are popped up twice, and the rainbow dotted pieces are just popped up once, and then the pink is on the background. So the entire pink mandala is back there. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. So the entire sheet is down. And then I had to I made a grid on the back of the polka dot one to cut out the chevron, which was the prompt for the day. And then I did the same thing on the glitter paper, which is amazing glitter paper that, like, you can tell nothing is ever going to come off that. Shimel crayon box of crayons collection. All right. Oh, and then this next one was Trapdoor. I have been obsessively listening to My Favorite Murder podcast. I listen to murder podcasts all the time, but I was particularly obsessive at this point with My Favorite Murder. So I tried to make it look like, I wanted it to look like there's a trapdoor opening to like some kind of ritualistic basement that no one had ever seen before, and it was scary. Blah. If I had thought about it, so I did some black splatter. I probably would have done red splatter so it looked like blood, but part of what ICAD is about for me is doing the creative process, getting it out there, having it finished enough, and then not going back to fix it. Like, I'm not going to go back and put more stuff on these cards. They're done. I might recreate some of them. That's a possibility. I did that last year. Some of them I scaled up, and that was a lot of fun. Some of them I just redid, and I improved them and then sent them to friends, which was also fun. But here you go. So sometimes the mandala takes a really long time. So there have been occasions this month and last month that I have been just replicating designs that I've previously made, because I'm on, at this point, day 185, and I probably don't need to keep coming up with really, really different designs, because they're all kind of blending together because I have my favorite parts anyway. And as you can see, I tried to create a bit of an optical illusion. I popped it up on 3 pieces of fun foam so that I could have this door going down, so it kind of maybe looks like it's just straight down there. Now we're on to what number? 11. Oh, coffee. I had really grand notions for this one. I like how it turned out. I think it's fun. And now my cat's getting in the way with the shadows. Get down, baby. I do like how it turned out. I tried to make it look like there was a coffee cup on the table, and I used some fun foam to pop it up again, because I did that on almost everything I did this month. And then I wanted a spoon. It didn't cut out very well, but I still think it looks like a spoon. And I don't really drink coffee, so I decided I would do tea. So this is a nice tea bag. Oh, I know what happened here. I had actually done an entire mandala and on this same paper, but with white, because I wanted it to kind of look like latte art. And then when I started to erase the pencil lines, it erased my mandala too, because the gel pen did not stand up to erasing. So I did 2 mandalas this day, which was super exciting. And I even have a real napkin. Like, I just had a napkin laying around from some food that I had eaten. And I popped it on there. Now we're on to 12. Okay, this is a really fun one, and a lot of my friends liked it, because I've got my wizard here. It was a magic wand. So technically, only this tiny, tiny piece is the prompt. Like, literally the prompt. But it was inspired by this whole thing. I did paint this one. I didn't put any paper on. I just painted directly onto the index card, and then I used some texture paste with black paint down here, and I just put it on with a palette knife. I used the vellum to kind of be the magical explosion here at the end of the magic wand, like the wizard is doing something. And then I just used a tiny bit of white paint, wiped it across here so that you could get a better idea of some of the texture. I really like how this turned out, and I have a lot of friends who are totally into Harry Potter and whatnot who loved this design. Another huge one, I honestly, so this is the only one I'm going to be a little bit negative about. I don't like how this turned out at all. I just don't. I don't even, the prompt was cobblestones, and I was trying to think, how do I fit my mandala into cobblestones? Because I'm already doing the mandalas, the challenge that I've set myself is to do the prompt and my mandala, because it would be super easy just to do a mandala every day. I'd be done, whatever. But I wanted to have more of a challenge than that. So I think the concept was good on this one. I don't like the execution. It's okay. If I did it again, I would probably use acetate here instead of vellum. and I would do the cobblestones differently. That's it. I just think it's kind of dull. I think that's the real issue, is I think it's a little bit dull. Even with the shiny embossing powder, it's just all the same color, and that's what I don't like. I maybe would have done just something different. But for now, it's done and dusted, as some of my Australian friends say. This is flamingos. I actually really love how this turned out. I did use 2 different yellow papers, and I popped one up in the middle. I just really, so I love this cross hatching because I really enjoy doing cross hatching. I actually have 3 different washi tapes with flamingos. My washi tape collection really needs a going over, if you will. And then I had some washi tape that looks like water, some that looks like sky. But I love how this design turned out, especially this like flower portion here. Yeah, especially, I'm glad I didn't decide to do the lines on the other side of these, because I think it's really cool looking, and it kind of creates a little bit of dimension and motion to have one side open and the other side filled in. So this is one of my favorites. The funny thing about ICAD is that you don't look at these designs for very long. It's like one day and gone. And I've tried to hang them up on my fridge like I was doing previously, but they're too heavy because the cards themselves are really heavy, but also like everything I put on them. And then we have Katy Perry. I don't know if you can see my designs there in her glasses, but the prompt for this was actually sea green, as in SEA green, but I decided early in the day that I wanted to do seeing green, and I was gonna do like a whole card that was green as if someone was looking at it through green glasses. But then I was like, why would I do that? And this is literally a tracing of my glasses, and then I used vellum underneath and acetate on top, and I only colored the acetate, and I put the alcohol marker on the outside, which was a mistake, but learning and growing. Then I randomly had this picture of Katy Perry that was the perfect size for these glasses. I don't know how that worked out, but I love it. This is one of my favorite cards. So one of the other really interesting things to me about ICAD is that you'll do these things and there's something you absolutely love and you get hardly any response to it. And I know some of that has to do with timing and posting on social media, but then other things where I'm like, oh, I'm not sure I like that one, and people just love it. So that's one of the really cool things about posting your art and also being in a challenge alongside other people, is that they're going to see things in what you've done that maybe you didn't notice, or like couldn't notice because you were so fixated on the thing that you don't like. So anyway, that's an encouragement to maybe post your art. If you're interested in ICAD, you can either wait until next year, or you can practice during the year, or you can even join in now, even though we're into July. You don't have to complete every single 61 card if you jump in now, but you can go to Daisy Yellow Art ICAD Challenge. If you Google that, I'll also leave a link in the description below, so that you can go to her website and check it out. Check out what the index card art challenge is all about. And if you want to join me over on my other social media platform, I mostly do Instagram, keep Facebook for my own personal use, but Instagram is where I post my art on a daily basis, and that is at Cagelio. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and maybe hit that subscription button. Have a great day. Bye.